Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another General Cadaver video. In today's video we are going to be going over all the movies, all the shows, all the things that I watched in May of 2025. I only have 12 movies and TV shows and episodes and things, so not that many to go through, just like my last video. I think my last video I forgot to rank everything, like from worst watch to best watch, so I went ahead and made sure I did that for this video. So we are going to be going from the worst thing that I watched this month to the best thing that I watched this month. Yes, in May. If I look sick or I look like I'm in pain, it's because I feel sick and I feel pain. My stomach hurts, my back hurts, I'm hungry. I don't want to talk about it. But we'll just go ahead and get right into the video. So in number 12th place for the things that I watched in May, the worst thing that I watched, it goes to a movie that's not too bad actually. It's a movie called Spare Parts from 2020. I gave this movie 2.5 stars. I kind of went in expecting it to be like a regular movie, and you could definitely tell it was very low budget. You could tell by like some of the ways that things were shot. You just kind of felt out of place. You felt like you weren't in the theater at a movie. You felt like you were watching like a weird video. It wasn't a terrible movie. The premise was kind of cool. These 4 girls, 4 or 5, I can't remember how many there were, they're in a band, like a punk rock band or something. They're playing a show, and they get into a fight at the bar. They just start, I can't remember what happens. One of them gets hit on, and then hits the guy, and then they all just start fighting. So they're outside selling, like, merch of their band in the parking lot, like, out of their car or something. And this bald guy comes up to him, and he has, like, a crush on a specific one of them. I can't remember which one it is. It was one of the brunettes. He's kind of telling her some, like, weird, cryptic stuff, like, something about his dad would love her, or she's, like, perfect for something, and they don't know what he's talking about. I think he drives off, and then something happens. They're, like, kidnapped. Somebody comes and picks them up. I can't remember if it's that guy, or somebody just comes and, like, fights them all. They get kidnapped, and they wake up in this, like, surgery room thing. They all wake up, and all of their, like, left arms are cut off, and like the bones sticking out, but they have this like metal thing. And so the bald dude and I guess his father pick up people. They find people. They say it's for some sort of religion, but the dad actually just doesn't believe in the religion. He just does it because he's an. But they find these people. It's a lot of girls, and they cut off their arm, and they have these like weird attachments where they have to like attach their severed arm into this like mechanism. Some of them were like hammers, some of them were chainsaws, some of them were like grappling hooks, just with weird different weapons that they have to like put their little amputee stub into. And they make them fight each other, they make them fight other people and stuff. All of them die except for the 2 sisters. One of the sisters is treated really, well, she's treated not really well, but she's treated a little bit better. She has like a private room with the bald guy and stuff because he likes her. But all the other girls stay in like a little thing, like by themselves, like outside or something. They make them fight, something happens, the blonde girl eventually stabs the leader. I don't think it kills him though, she gets in trouble, and then something happens. The main sister gets out, I think the other sister dies, but the main sister gets out and like she uses her like hook on her hand to like jump up and kill the main guy. I think, I don't know, it looks like she starts recruiting people and becomes part of this religion. I don't think she, like, gets out and just goes and be normal after that. I guess she, like, likes it, or somehow her trauma, like, she, like, has to be stuck there. I don't know really what went wrong with her mentally, but I believe she, like, stays in that situation. It was a lot more boring than I expected. The acting was okay, but it was shot kind of more like an indie movie. I don't like that. I kind of like just make it cinematic, make it movie-y. I don't know. You could tell it was kind of low budget and not like an actual movie, I guess. But it wasn't horrible. The premise was definitely better than the execution. But it was fun. I probably would never watch it again. I probably wouldn't even watch it with somebody if it was like if they'd never seen it or anything. So I don't recommend this one. It's a little one-off movie. It's got an okay premise. Maybe if you were like drunk or high or something, it would be more fun. But I was just watching it on a regular day, so I didn't have as much fun as I thought I would. So yeah, I give this one 2.5 stars, and this one gets 12th place for my month. I just enjoyed it way less out of everything that I watched. Like, everything else that I watched, I enjoyed way better than this movie. In number 11th place is a movie called The Axiom. This movie came out in 2018. This is another movie where it has a really interesting premise. I really like the concept of the movie, but I just didn't like lots of the execution. I think this movie had a lot of potential. I think it could have been a lot better than it was. I think there's definitely potential for a sequel that could be a lot better than the first one. Basically, this group of people, they're like teenagers, young adults, it doesn't really ever matter, just a group of people. They go to the woods, they're looking for the main girl's sister. Her sister went out, she never came home, so it's like a year later, she's looking for her. They find this guy, he's talking to her, he tells her don't go into the forest, your sister went there, but I mean, if you're gonna have to go into the forest, here's these vials of blood, you need to drink them before you get in there, and don't just be careful, there's weird stuff in there, it's like a haunted woods or something. Doesn't really believe him, but I mean, she takes one of the vials, but she doesn't give her friends any of the other vials, she just kind of lets them fend for herself. Makes her a bad friend, yeah, but I mean, I don't have many expectations for people, so I would expect everyone I'm around to do the same thing, so I don't know, whatever. She doesn't give the friends the vials, and then they get to the edge of the woods, she makes a guy walk into the woods, and when he turns around, he can't see anybody, but they can all see him, and they're like, hey, we're right here. He's like, where'd you guys go? And he can't see them. And then all of a sudden they walk in behind him. They walk through the woods, and it keeps getting later, but the sun never goes down. The sun stays up. I think it gets to 11 p.m. and the sun's still up. It's the sun hasn't even moved. It's in the same position 24/7 in this forest for some reason. So they find this house, and they go up to it, and they find a book with a bunch of different people's names. I believe the girl finds her sister's name in there, so she is happy, I think, or she thinks that she's on the right path. She starts seeing stuff, and then I can't remember, I think this is where she gives the vials of blood to her other friend. She slowly starts to dull them out. The one guy has bipolar disorder, so I guess because his brain's already damaged, he's more susceptible to the forces in the forest, so he gets possessed really easily, and something happens. I think he kills his sister because his sister's in the trip. Yeah, he ends up getting killed, I'm pretty sure. Something happens, the girl goes back out of the forest to try to get the guy. It turns out that the forest is, they call it the Axiom. It's a portal to another world. It's another dimension, and there's a bunch of them. The guy comes and he's we just put a bunch of people in these axioms to see what happens. Just do it for fun. So he said he never even knew her sister. Or maybe he did know her sister. Or he did know her sister, and he put her in there purposely. She something happens. She comes out, she gets the guy to take her to the one where her sister is, and she goes into the universe. It's nighttime all the time in this one. And she finds her sister, and we hear a roar and the ground shaking, and she's trying to untie her sister, and then her sister says he's coming, and she slits her throat so that she won't get in trouble or go through the consequences of whatever the beast or whatever's coming is about to do. So she just does that for nothing. So she's just watching her sister die. And then the door opens, and it's it's a guy in a black hood with crocheted tusks. And at multiple points before this in the movie, I was like, this movie sucks, this is trash. But when I saw the crocheted hooks as a prop for a movie, I really just couldn't believe my eyes, because it had so much potential. The axioms, the different spots. I think Haunted Hippie may have talked about this. It has so much potential. That's such a cool concept. But then they ruin it. The movie sucks. They barely show you anything. The story doesn't even matter. She saw the ghost anyways without, with drinking the blood. It's kind of just a really stupid movie. I regret watching it, just like with the last one. It's just a waste of time. But I think it has a lot more potential. I think they could have done something way better with it. I think if they made a sequel or something, or maybe they could just take the concept and pretend it had nothing to do with this movie. Okay, my fat cat moved, so you're probably back to whatever regular angle. But yeah, the movie's just not that good. I don't really recommend it. I gave it 2 stars, I think. Let me check. Yeah, I gave it 2 stars on Letterboxd. It's really just a waste of time. Okay, so in the 10th place is a movie called The Beach House. This came out in 2019. I gave this movie 3 stars on Letterboxd. It wasn't like a horrible movie. It was enjoyable, but I feel like there wasn't enough. Like, I expected, I don't know, more gore, maybe like more gross out scenes. There was like one scene with her foot where she was like digging something out of her foot that was pretty gross, but other than that, most of the scenes were it was pretty calm horror movie. It's like this weird algae or something comes in, this weird bacteria, and then you like breathe it in or touch it and it gets into you and it like turns you into them, and then it makes you like, it wants you to go to water so that it can like live or something. This girl and her boyfriend are going to like her boyfriend's dad's like summer or vacation house or something like that. They come to the house and they don't really think anybody's gonna be there. They like go upstairs. Later on that day, the girl goes downstairs and there's some like old lady walking around, and so she goes and she gets the guy, and then the guy comes down and the old lady recognizes the guy and she's like, oh, I haven't seen you since you were a kid or something. And then the husband comes in of the old lady and he's like, oh, your dad said we could come, like we didn't think anybody would be here. I think the girl wants him to be kicked out, but the guy like just allows him to stay. He, I guess, doesn't really care. They kind of talk back and forth. They get drunk and party a little bit that night just because I guess they're bored. And then that's when like the blue bacteria algae stuff comes, and the old lady like goes out and touches it and basically like, I don't know, loves it. She's like in love with the stuff. Weird stuff starts happening. She starts getting weird, acting weird. I think she gets like this gooey stuff on her face. I can't remember if there's gooey stuff involved, but I think the guy dies. I can't remember what happens to the boy. Either one of them kills him or like he dies protecting the girl, but the girl slowly gets infected. I think she realizes she's infected, so she doesn't care anymore, because like I think she's trying to like dig something out of her, but she can't, just like keeps like burrowing. So she goes to the beach and she lays down, and then she's like repeating, don't be scared, and then the wave comes in, and then when the wave goes out, she's like gone. I guess like it dissolves her somehow. Like, I don't know if the parasites or whatever bacteria ate her all up, and just, I don't know, the water just, it was too much. I don't really know what happened. I know Roanoke Gaming or whatever, Roanoke something, has a video about it, like trying to explain what the weird alien bacteria stuff is. So if you're interested in learning what it is, or if you've seen this movie, like that's a good video to watch. I didn't really mind it. It started out kind of boring. I guess it stayed kind of boring, but it did have some pretty interesting moments. I liked the part where the guy said he's going to go in the water for a swim, and he like walks out and he just keeps going. He just doesn't return. I don't know if it's foreshadowing, I guess, for what the parasites or what the bacteria, but whatever the blue shiny stuff wants. So like wants to infect you and then wants you to go back into the water. 'Cause I guess it lives in the water. But yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. Would I watch it again? Maybe, yeah. I might watch it again if somebody never seen it. Maybe it's better on a second time viewing. I just thought it was a little boring. I like my movies with a little more, I don't know, gore, a little more something of substance, I guess. A little more action. But it wasn't really bad. So yeah, for this movie I gave it 3 stars. It was an okay movie, just like a decent regular movie. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like the most entertaining thing that I've seen. It is a different day. I wasn't feeling good the other day. I'm not particularly feeling any better today, but I really need to get this video filmed, so I'm going to try and film the rest of it in this section. I still need to paint my nails. I've been putting nail strengthener on them, but I don't know, I haven't picked out a color yet and sat down and had the mental willpower to sit there and do something. We are back, and we are going to go ahead and jump in to the...
Bitch, are you dumb? Pardon me? Are you dumb?
The ninth thing that I watched in May. The thing in May that is 9th place. In 9th place is a movie called Containment. This movie came out in 2015. This was a British movie. Everybody in it has sort of British accent. We wake up to this guy, and he's like stuck in this apartment building. He notices that like outside of his apartment there's like hazmat suit people walking around it, sealing them in. Something happens, people break into his apartment. He tries to get out of his apartment, like other people keep breaking in. It's like this one dude, it's an old lady, there's this couple, I think they're a couple, there's like a brother and a sister, and then there's this little boy. They're basically trying to figure out what's going on. They don't really know what's happening. They see like across to the other apartments that the government, like the hazmat people, are taking people out of their apartments, like taking them somewhere. They don't know what's going on. So they're all just like freaked out. And then eventually they get one of the hazmat people and they try to like ask her questions. She's like, you know, something's in the area, but it doesn't even ever say what's in the area. Is it like zombie people? Is it like some sort of infection, some sort of sickness? Never really know. People come in, like the rest of the apartment people, they break in and they kill her because she's part of it. So then like the main guy, he was knocked out, he wakes up. And then one of the people, they go outside in the suit and like people start attacking them, but he's trying to tell people that he's like them, he's not one of the hazmat people. So one of the snipers, there's snipers in this, kills all the regular apartment people and then proceeds to kill him, like headshot the guy in the hazmat suit. And then everybody goes outside, I think, but I can't even remember how this movie ends. It doesn't even tell you what was really going on, I don't think. Yeah, I don't really know what happens at the end. I think they get out, but it just wasn't really an interesting movie. There was some interesting questions, but nothing really ever gets answered. You don't really ever see much happen or go on. It's kind of just boring in my opinion. There's some good moments, like the little boy gets caught in a drain and the hazmat people almost pick him up, or they do end up getting him, so like the apartment people have to go down and fight the hazmat people. I don't really recommend this movie. I give this movie a 2.5 stars. Maybe I should have put this lower just because it was boring, but I mean, it was okay. I just can't remember anything about it right now. I remember watching it and like being okay about it, but honestly, it's just not memorable. Really, I'd probably have to watch it again to like remember anything about it. It mostly just takes place in this apartment building. You barely know anything about the airborne virus. Like the initial stages, you may be asymptomatic, but it will kill you. Just, I don't know, a little confusing and not much happens. So I honestly really wouldn't recommend this one. I gave it 2.5 stars and it's in 9th place for a reason. In number 8th place, I don't know how to say this. In the place of number 8 is a movie called Extraterrestrial. This is an alien movie, if you couldn't tell by the title. This movie came out in 2014. This movie's it's pretty solid. Hated the ending, I'll get into it. Hated the freaking ending, but I liked the build-up. I will say it is another movie that's a little boring, it's a little slow, not much happens, you're really mostly in one place, but it's definitely more entertaining than movies below it. I'd probably put it on par with like Spare Parts. These two are probably, out of these bottom ones, the most two entertaining of the movies. Have the most going on, have the most movement, have the most settings. You know, I like it when a movie has a lot of settings, just bam, 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 new setting, new setting, new setting. I like that. You know, some movies it doesn't matter. I don't like movies where it sticks out to me. I like movies where I don't even question it. I don't question how many times we've seen the setting. I don't question that we've only ever been in one room. You know, some movies you just question that, some movies you don't. Some movies just keep you intrigued. This movie's pretty interesting. This is about, I believe, 4 or 5 friends go to this cabin to like chill. The main girl and her boyfriend, she's like having problems. They've been together since high school and it's a little bit unlikable because like there's no problems or anything going on. So like you kind of feel bad for the guy, but at the same time like just happened. She's never dated anybody else. You probably do need to date somebody else before you just marry the person you dated in high school when you're now adults. Like, things aren't that picture perfect. They go there, they start to party. We see him propose to her, but she turns him down. She's just like, I don't know. You know, just questioning it. And you do feel bad for the guy, but I mean also, yeah, it's understandable like to question something. You know, so you feel bad for both of them. Even though you are a little bit more on the guy's side, I do still understand where she's coming from. It was just sad because he wanted him to marry her, or he wanted her to marry him. He kind of yells at her, but I think he's drunk, or he goes and gets drunk and then kind of like yells at her. But I think they start yelling at each other, so it's okay. You know, something about blah, blah, blah. And then that's when the aliens come in. I think there's like an alien in the window. They get a shotgun. And the girl shoots through the window, and then they go out and they see that it's an alien, like she accidentally shot an alien. I don't really know what the alien was doing, but somehow they go to like the back of the property and they find this like fence. It says beware, no trespassing, but they go in anyways trying to look for answers. They find this big weed farm, and one of the characters gets really excited and wonders like how much weed she should take. Like she like grabs some for everybody, I think. Then this big fat bald dude comes in yelling, "What the hell are you guys doing on my property? This is my property. What are you doing on my weed farm? I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you." And then he's like, "Oh, I recognize you." He recognizes the main girl. I think he offers them some weed, or he takes them back to their house and they smoke some weed together. I can't remember what the guys are doing. I think the guys are just getting drunk at the house. They try to leave the house, like they figure out the aliens are there and stuff, and they try to leave, but when they try to leave, they see this big tree is fallen, so they go to look at the tree and it's like perfectly smooth cut, so they think it's They think something else must do it. It must not have been naturally, like, it must not have fallen naturally because it's, like, too straight and smooth of a cut. Then it starts raining, but they notice, like, the rain isn't touching them. So this one guy, the guy from Tucker and Dale versus Evil, the half hillbilly, he goes and he's looking and he's like, he puts his arm in and he can feel, like, the rain, but, like, there's no rain on him. So he looks up and he's like, I think he says something and he gets everybody's attention. And then they see, like, this big alien spaceship is above them and this light comes down and they beam up that guy's girlfriend. They beam her up and they put her on the ship. So they go back to the house. I can't really remember what else happens. They try to fight the aliens and they try to get, like, the fat bald dude's help. Eventually they kill a few of the aliens. The guy, one army guy, no trespassing guy, he's like, well, I mean, you know, we had a treaty, like, they can come here, you know, nobody hurts them, but then obviously you shot them, so you must have, like, you just ruined the treaty, you just hurt one. So that's why the aliens are attacking them, because when the girl shot through the window earlier, she had shot and killed an alien. Then the guy, he, like, tries to go out and look for his girlfriend, and we see him, like, hook himself. Somehow he gets handcuffs. I don't know if a cop came over and died or something, but he gets the handcuffs, and he hooks his hand to a tree, and we see the aliens come, and the aliens beam him up. And we see that, like, his forearm, his wrist and hand is left behind, like, on the handcuff, but they took, like, him from the elbow and the rest of him. And then we see, so earlier in the movie, the guy, there's something about aliens, they had been laughing about getting probed. And so we see the guy, and there's this thing, it comes and it puts, like, a worm in him, and it's, like, looking at his face and stuff, he's naked, and then it turns around to his butt, this thing, this, like, robot with this spinning, like, razor head, comes and just sticks right into his asshole, and then comes out, and he's dead. He probably, like, bled out from the pain and agony, like, his shock took over his body, he passed out, and now he's dead too, he's gonna bleed out anally. That was pretty crazy when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, not the probing. And then some other lady, from Ginger Snaps, she's like, oh, they have 1 million people up in that ship, they drop me back off, they keep some of them, they let some of them go. So we don't know if really, I think we get to see a kind of a glimpse. She goes up there and, like, everybody's stuck in the wall, and she sees kind of like a weird alien hive or something. I'm not sure if it's like a world. Something happens, her and her boyfriend get put back on, like, the Earth, and then they hear civilization and they run. But of course, the government shoots them, and that's just like this government. I don't know why they heard civilization and thought other human beings were going to help them. Anytime you hear other human beings, go the other way. Do not think other human beings are going to help you, especially the government. They both got killed, and of course the government is just covering up everything. So I hated that ending because it was actually pretty enjoyable up until the ending. Like, even though it was boring and slow, I did like some of it. You know, I liked the alien stuff. I liked seeing the alien ship. The weird probing scene was pretty cool, even though it was really weird. But yeah, the aliens look pretty like the standard alien shape. They don't really have a mouth until they open their mouth. But they do have a mouth on their face. But yeah, so that's basically the whole movie. I gave this movie a 3.5 stars because I did enjoy it, even though it's not a very good movie. It was boring. Some of the characters are unlikable, even though that doesn't really matter. I liked a lot of the shots. Like, the raining shot was really good when the alien was above them. The alien spaceships were cool. Like, an alien spaceship crashes and they see it. I didn't really like the movie. It actually surprised me. It was better than I thought it would be. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it because I just put it on to have something to watch for last month, or whatever, May, so, you know, so I could just have something else to review. I actually liked it a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, so the next thing that I watched in May, the thing that takes 7th place, is a Black Mirror episode. This is Black Mirror, I believe this is season 3. I can't remember what episode it is, but it's the episode USS Callister. This one is about this guy. He's like a boss of this company, but he's really, like, insecure and shy. Nobody likes him in person. He's kind of just ugly, frumpy, just shy and awkward. He goes and he finds this new girl comes and he steals her lollipop and takes her lollipop or something, or her coffee cup or something, and he scans it and he uploads her into this video game, or this little thing that he has complete control over. It's like this little thing you put it on your temple and, like, you go into this world. You've seen it kind of in other Black Mirror episodes. He has, like, a bunch of people copied, like all the people we see in The Office, he has them copied in this little universe. When he comes in, he's like, he has it all, like, modeled after Star Trek and stuff. He's like this big, like, leader. He's, like, strong and tough and confident. You know, everybody's scared of him, and he tortures them and stuff anytime he can. Obviously, they're not the real people, but it's like a copy of their consciousness. Eventually, the girl, the new one that gets put in, she, like, blackmails herself with sexual photos to get her to let them out. And eventually she does, like, it, I think, traps the guy in his own game. He's, like, trapped in there, and then those consciousnesses are, like, deleted, so they're free, so they don't have to suffer anymore. I liked this one. I give it 4 stars. It was interesting. I liked the visuals. Like the Star Trek visuals. I used to watch Star Trek. It used to come on TV when I was a little kid. It used to come on really late, so I'd watch Star Trek before falling asleep. I liked that. I like the spaceship. I'm kind of scared of space, but I like the spaceship interior. We got to see like a swimming pool, basically, like a little hot spring or a little natural lake or something on a different planet. We saw them swimming in it. That was fun. It was fun to see some of the there's this giant creature he turned somebody into. It's like this weird bug thing that they have to pretend to fight. It was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I like the concept and stuff. I like the main girl. She was in Palm Springs with Andy Samberg. She was in that, and she was really good at that. That was the first thing I ever saw her in. I don't know if she did this first or that first. I don't know which one came out first, but she was really good in this episode. I enjoyed seeing her. The acting was good. Yeah, this episode was pretty solid. I liked everybody's personalities and how they all got along. I give this one 4 stars. Oh, and if I didn't say, this came out in 2017. I definitely recommend this one. I think it's a pretty solid Black Mirror episode. In 6th place, we have another Black Mirror episode. This also came out in 2017. This is the Black Mirror episode titled Archangel. I believe this is also from season 3, although I'm not sure which episode it is. So this episode is about this mom. She gives birth to this baby, and the baby's not crying at first, so she's very, very worried. And then the baby shortly starts crying, so everything's better. We see that the daughter's like afraid of this dog she pushes her by later in life. Something happens. The one time she takes her to this park, the girl runs off. She's just up the road, but she's like frantically screaming for her. Somebody finds her. So she takes her daughter to this place, and there's this, like, it's in testing. It hasn't been fully tested, but you can like sign up for like trials of it and stuff. It's called Archangel. It's like this implemented device where you can spy on your child. You can spy on everything they see. You can spy on their bodily functions, how much their heart is beating, basically what they're feeling and thinking. So she buys this spy kit, and it's the surgery to put it in her fucking, because she's an idiot. So yeah, she gets that, and then we see, like, there's a bunch of controls. Her grandfather dies right in front of her, and she just watches him because she can't tell that he's dying because he's just blurred. So the Archangel causes her grandfather to die, basically, because she's unable to call 911 because she doesn't know that he's dying. We also see that the dog, she just walks right past him. She can't see him, hear him. He's just like this jumbled, colored, blurred mess, and also like the noises are muffled and don't make sense. Kids at school call her a walking snitch because obviously her mom can see everything through her eyes, so obviously you wouldn't want to involve. But yeah, the other kids don't like her because her mom can see everything that she sees. And we see her eventually, she's trying to draw blood, however it's all distorted and stuff, so she pricks her own finger to try to be able to see the blood. This is obviously bad behavior. Like, obviously you should never desensitize your child to stuff. Your child has to get used to how horrible the world is so that they won't later in the future. You kind of just unfortunately have to let your kid see how horrible this place is every single day of their lives, but this mother didn't give her daughter a chance at all to be normal. And eventually, I think she puts it up. And then the guy shows her, like, this little kid at school trick or whatever, shows her like beheadings, bestiality, shows her a bunch of weird stuff on his phone at school, just because she'd never seen it before. Eventually she grows up, and we see like her have sex for the first time, and her mom is watching. Her mom like spies on her having sex. She quickly turns it off, but still she spies on her, and then she sees that she wants to do cocaine, and just because her daughter wants to experiment with drugs, she like goes to Owen Teague and tries to tell him, you know, my daughter's 15, you shouldn't have slept with her, I'll tell the police on you. Even though he's hot as hell, who cares? I think she's like 15, he's like 18, so it's like legal or whatever, no one cares. She goes, and then it turns out her daughter's pregnant from sleeping with the O&T guy, so she puts an emergency contraceptive in her drink, and the girl gets to school and she throws up. She goes to the nurse tells her, hey, I scanned your urine or whatever, we're like a super government school, we have all this money, we scan urine. So she scans her urine, and she's like, don't worry, your pregnancy won't last, your pregnancy will still be terminated. And she's like, what? Obviously she figures out that her mom did it. She goes and she beats her over the face with the with the iPad thing, the Archangel-like screen. Beats her over the face. She should have killed her. I would have killed her if that was my mom that I found out was spying on me. I probably just would have kept beating her over the head until she, like, stopped moving. But she didn't. She lets her live. And then she packs a bag and she goes. We see her get into this truck, like this big 18-wheeler, and presumably she's gonna go to survive. I mean, that's my first thought. What else are you going to do if you have no skills? She's probably going to do that, and the mom, just like in the beginning when she lost her at the park, is like screaming, looking for her. And, but she did it to herself. Like, she deserved to lose her daughter because she was spying on her daughter. First of all, let your child live. Just pay attention. Like, don't spy on your child. Don't get a technology to do what you should do. If you need something to watch your child. Take your child with you. Walk with your child. Don't let your child out of your sight. She's just a really ignorant mother, really scared. Should not have been a mother. Probably should have taken parenting classes. But it's just kind of a sad episode. If I was pregnant with Owen Teague's baby, I would want my mom to get rid of it. Owen Teague's so hot. This one just really made me angry. I was so mad for the girl because the mom's just taking so many liberties, like ruining her kid, not letting her kid live, spying on everything her kid sees. Like, don't have a kid if you can't handle the anxiety of having a kid. Don't have a kid if you don't want it to get hurt. Don't have a kid if you don't want it to see things that are going to upset it, because that's all life is. All life is pain. All life is constant misery. There's no, like, such thing as saving anyone from that. So yeah, I gave this episode 3.5 stars, although it really just pissed me off because the mom is such a... You kind of understand, but, like, does she not have any friends? Is she so in her own head and, like, so... I don't know, like, she just justifies all her stupid actions? I just couldn't really understand why she was obsessed with her daughter in such an unhealthy way, where she needed to 24/7 spy on everything she saw, her heart, how fast it was beating. It just really made me mad. But I mean, it was a good episode. I'm glad the daughter got away from her, because the mom probably would have never stopped spying on her and trying to, like, basically be enmeshed in her life. In 5th place, we have a rewatch. This is the 1971 version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I gave this movie 5 stars. This is an absolute classic. We have Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. We have all the, like, old-timey school, the old-timey news, the old-timey everything. Like, we get to see, I guess, like, how things were done back then. We get to see everything priced reasonably instead of outrageously priced like they are now. We see people actually have jobs. Yeah, it's just about this little poor boy, and he gets a golden ticket. He goes to the thing, and because he's such a good person, he's better than all the other kids. He's not a little... He gets the factory and all the chocolate, and him and his family live happily ever after. It's just an absolute classic. Seeing all the candy, seeing all the chocolate, it's just so beautiful. It's honestly nothing in comparison to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. However, this one still does have its charm. The foods and stuff and the sweets you see are still intriguing. It still really makes you want to go there. He drinks out of this little cup and then eats the cup. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to eat my dish, like, after using it. Like, I want to eat what's in the bowl, and then I want to eat the bowl and the silverware too. I've always wondered why we can't do that. It's all reusable instead of edible. But I really, really liked that. I love Gene Wilder. He's so funny. I love the kids fighting and the bickering. The girl turning the blueberry was so funny. The way they talk is funny because it's, like, old-timey, and all their accents are funny because some of them are from different places, like the German people. I just really enjoyed it. You know, I love the boat scene, how it's, like, creepy, and he's, like, is the grizzly reaper mowing, and he's, like, freaking everybody out. It's like some weird 70s acid trip that they had to throw in there. But yeah, this is an absolute classic. I don't know, I probably prefer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory just because that one has more to look at. It just has more to look at, I guess. It's more modern, so it fits me more, I relate to it more. But yeah, this is an absolute classic. I gave it 5 stars. I have this one on DVD. I have it on DVD. You can see a little janky DVD, but it's got some special features. Scrumptious documentary, pure imagination. Just Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the movie. Got this at, like, a Dollar General. Yeah, really, really love this movie. Love Gene Wilder. This is an absolute classic. In 4th place, we have another rewatch for me. This is actually another classic, in my opinion. This is Vampires Suck from 2010. This movie gets a 5 stars from me. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Twilight series. I love vampires and stuff, but I just didn't like how childish and girly, I guess the vampires were, with the sparkles instead of the burning. There's not a lot of blood feasting. They choose animals instead of humans, even though animals are innocent. Why would you ever kill an innocent animal when a disgusting human is an option? Always kill the human, never kill an innocent animal. I don't like that. That's disgusting. Like, I've never understood that. The animals are so much more innocent than a human. Human are literally, like, disgrace, disgusting abominations that shouldn't have existed, and you're killing innocent creatures that only do what's right, only do what they feel they have to do. Whatever. I've always thought that was stupid. There's no excuse for not killing humans. There's no excuse for that. And it makes them weaker, so they're just idiots. They're just putting themselves at risk. But Vampire Suck is so good. I love parody movies. Parody's my favorite genre. Parody and horror are like the only, comedy, horror, and parody movies are the only three movies I enjoy watching. I don't enjoy action. I don't enjoy feel good. I don't enjoy family, child stories, all that. It makes me feel nothing. It does nothing for me. It's boring. It's useless. It's stupid. It's for kids. This right here this is good. This is entertainment. Vampire Suck. We got making fun of the Twilight. It's picking fun at all the jokes. The dad has like a blow-up doll because obviously, like, what are you doing? 40, divorced, and still no girlfriend? You're just alone and sad, waiting for your daughter. Go get a job, find a bitch, get some whores, do some drugs, do something as a grown man. He's got the blow-up doll, which is very funny. I love, like, how, he left the hamster in her room to die because, obviously dads are stupid and they forget. I loved all the jokes. I loved how they kept wanting to, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I loved all the, like, jokes with, the jokes were, like, guy in the wheelchair, he can, like, use his legs the whole movie. Like, you see him use his legs throughout the whole movie, but he's in a wheelchair, but he can clearly use his legs. I just think that gag is so funny, like the fake disability gag. I don't know why that always gets me. Like, I always think that's so funny. It's so funny. Jacob, he's like running around like a dog. He's barking. He has teats, because obviously if you're gonna be like a werewolf, like an animal, it's not gonna be like hot and sexy. You're probably gonna have some weird urges like that. He's like pissing on a fire hydrant. I love how, like, in this one we get all 4 movies basically, except for the last one. Like, we hear it when they see the movie and they spoil it for everybody else. They're like, Jessica or whatever, she's like, oh my god, I can't believe they get married and had a vampire baby. And the girl's like, thanks for spoiling it, you dumb shit. So they kind of like have it in the movie, but at the end, what happened at this movie should have happened at the end of Twilight. Instead of Bella having a stupid kid, like, when you could have a kid at any time, you could adopt a kid, you do, like, it's so selfish to have a kid of your own. That's incredibly selfish of her. And Edward, they choose to have a kid instead of adopting. Already super, super selfish. But this one ends with her just being turned into a vampire. Like, they don't even have to have a kid. He just bites her neck instead of forcing her to go through her back being broken and her legs being broken. She just gets a nice little easy bite, and then she's a vampire. Somebody tries to kill Edward, like Team Jacob. A girl comes and hits him in the head. Team Jacob. We see after that, Bella gets up and she has the red eyes and she, like, attacks the Team Jacob people. The Volturi are in this. He's real funny. He's from the Hangover, the little Asian dude in The Hangover. He's in this as the leader of the Volturi. They all look incredibly gay. I love the version that they have of Jane and her little brother, and she's like 4 foot tall and he's like 7 foot tall. It's just so funny. Everything they make fun of, it's just peak. I don't know why parody movies aren't a thing. Like, this art of making fun of everything, being offensive, this is a lost, beautiful art. We need to bring this back. Very, very, very high hopes for Scary Movie 6. Please bring back parody movies. This movie gets a 5 stars, and me, it gets a 4th place because it's just so good. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to watch this movie. This is a childhood classic for me, and this is going to be one of my favorite movies till I die. 3rd place, we have a movie that I'd actually never seen. I was actually surprised by how good this movie was. So this movie is The Seed from 2021. I gave this movie 5 stars, and it's in 3rd place because it's so good. I guess I probably am going to spoil it. I've been spoiling all these movies, but these 3 girls, 2 of them are, like, kind of tell they're more popular, both blonde, more conventionally attractive, I guess. One of them's kind of a bitch. They're all like social media people. Something falls in their pool from the sky. It's like this weird egg thing. So they get it out because one of the blonde girls is like, hey, my dad will be really mad if there's like weird things in his pool, so let's get it out. They take it out and then eventually it hatches. I think they wake up the next morning and there's like something in it. And so this pool boy comes over for like his brother. His brother was supposed to come, but he comes anyways. And they pay him $150, and he gets one of the girls to give him a kiss to move this thing, because they said it like stinks or something. It's really heavy. He tries to move it, but he like hits it with this thing, and then when he hits it, it like coughs and breathes, so he wakes it up, and he just takes off running, and he like, they yell out to him, hey, what are you doing? Where's the thing? And he just keeps going. He doesn't even say anything to them. So this thing like wakes up. It like starts to scream and cry. They put it outside, but one of the girls is like high on weed, and in the middle of the night she could hear it crying, so she goes out, she picks it up with a blanket. At first it was super heavy, like all three of them were struggling to carry it, but now that she's going out there with a blanket, I guess it can control, like it senses that she's not going to hurt him, so he allows himself to be picked up by her, like his weight changes to allow her to carry him, and she puts him inside for the night, and they develop this bond. He sees that she cared for him when she didn't have to, the kindness of her heart, so now he feels this sort of connection to her. This very human kind of relationship is bonded. She kind of likes the creature. The other two do not. Two of them go out, and the main girl, she hears it crying, and she sees it, and this made me so angry. She gets some rat poison, and she puts it in a glass, and she's stirring it up. And at first, first of all, every animal is innocent. It doesn't matter how bad it's aggravating you. Like, the animal's innocent. Why would you try to kill the animal? Yeah, it looks weird. Yeah, it's not like a species that you've seen before, but it just made me so mad that she thought she had the right to kill a living creature. Like, he wasn't doing anything to her. Yeah, he was crying, but she literally could have just put tape over his mouth. Is that abusive? Yes, but sometimes it's better than killing the thing. If it's going to stop you from killing it, tape its mouth, okay? That's what I say. Luckily, the thing, like, makes her stop and freeze. I think she drops the glass. I can't remember exactly what happens, but he does something to her. And then and the two girls get home, and the one girl's, like, working out real hard and acting good, acting like everything's fine. And the other two are like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, oh, well, I guess she just deals with this. Remember when she broke up with her boyfriend? She's like, I don't know, she just goes real hard. She has to ignore it and pretend everything's fine when she's in trouble or when she's in pain or something. So they think that's what's happening. So that night, the blonde girl hears something, and she goes downstairs, and in the living room is the little turtle dude. He looks like a little bald turtle with no shell. So the bald turtle is sitting there, and he's got like this, he doesn't have any genitalia, but he has like this opening. And there's like this weird mass. It looks like a placenta, like this blanket cascading, enveloping flesh. And she sees like a leg and moaning, and the girl's rubbing herself. And then the other girl, she's like, the thing is like mind controlling her like he did the other blonde girl. So she's like, starts like undressing, she's like getting horny, and she goes into the pile of flesh, and they're like, just wrangling around in the flesh, like this. Just wrangling around in the flesh. Having sex with it, not even having sex with it. I don't really know, they're naked, but I really don't know what's happening. I mean, obviously they're having sex, but I don't really know how it works, because they're just like rubbing together. Nothing's penetrating, so I don't really know how it's happening. But the next morning, they all wake up, and the brunette girl, she wakes up, she notices everybody else is acting really weird. The bald turtle is now in the bedroom. He's in bed. He's like a king. He's like, I just want to sit in bed and watch TV. I get you, little dude. I feel you. So the girls start acting weird, and then their bellies start to grow. Their bellies become big, like they're pregnant. It's really gross. Pregnancy scares me. I have a real fear of pregnancy. I think pregnancy is disgusting and unnatural. It's weird and it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be something we have to go through. So I was disgusted when I saw their pregnant bellies, especially because it's like, you don't know what's in there. Like some alien creatures in there, like they could be chewing on your organs. They start to like bleed black stuff. Something happens, and they start to turn weird. The girl goes to the turtle. She's like, what did you do to him? So the thing starts to let out his placenta, and the girl starts getting real horny, and she starts undressing, and she sees I think she sees big orgies maybe the things had on other planets, or maybe that it sent things out from other planets, or she sees that placenta cascading over the whole world. So I guess this thing wants to take control of the whole world and have mind slaves. But it starts to recede its placenta. It does not have sex with her. It obviously loves her. It obviously has some sort of connection. It values her as an equal. I guess it sees her as an equal. It's not going to just mind control her. He sees her as an equal. He's going to let her, think and do things herself. So she tries to hurt it. She tries to hurt him, and he's just a little guy. So he sends the two blonde And the blonde bitch just pushes her real hard in the wall. She hits her head, she passes out. When she wakes up, though, and this is kind of stupid, but you'll understand, like, why it happened later. Because I was like, what the heck? She wakes up, and she's still there, and she goes out. There's this, like, weird thing. It's like a ball on a curve with a handle. It's like this weird bludgeoning thing. I have no idea what the hell it is. But she gets that, and she goes and she bludgeons the little turtle guy. I was so upset. I was like, oh my god. She just starts hitting him in the head. Ugh. The poor little guy. He's just sitting there, and he's defenseless. He's honestly defenseless. He doesn't have arms. He has the mind control, but he sees her as an equal. He's not going to do something that she does not have the equal ability to use on him, I guess. Like, or else maybe he would have killed her, but that's what I just think. That's what I think the little turtle's feeling. And then, it's so sad. I can't remember what happens, but the two girls, they take off running. So she goes, and she chases down the first blonde girl with the braids, and she bashes her head in, and then I think she bashes her belly in, because when their bellies swell, we can see these, like, black circle things, like, moving in there, all these little eggs. And then she's chasing down the first blonde girl. Yeah, the other blonde girl, like, the main popular blonde girl. And the blonde girl's like, I feel amazing, like, I feel so good. She just kept repeating, she feels so good, she feels so amazing. So, obviously, whatever this thing does to you, it makes you feel euphoric. You can do whatever you want to me if you make me feel euphoric. Hell yeah, I'm taking it. She says she feels amazing, and she corners her at this truck, and she sees her belly, and then one of her arms is, like, turning into this big, wormy, like, kind of like the thing from Slither, like this big, wormy, goopy, globby thing. It looks kind of like the guy, but not really. Like the little turtle dude, but not really. And then she bashes her head in, and I believe also bashes her stomach in. And then she thinks she's done. Then she looks up. The previous night, before this alien thing had fallen into their pool, they saw this shooting star, and that shooting star is what landed in their pool and made this egg in their pool that they had to get out. So she sees like hundreds of those flying across the planet. So this must have been like emergency shuttle situation or like an evacuation from another planet of these turtle dudes. And this could also explain why the turtle dude just kind of let her kill him, like his mission was done. Even if they didn't get this Earth, like they were still sending out little things to millions of planets, so they could have got like the other planets. I just really, really loved this movie. It was so much better than I thought it would be. I would totally fall for the little creature's charms. He's so cute. I just want to cuddle and kiss him all day. I want to put my little head in his lap, and I want to feed him pizzas and bottles, and I want to take him to Walmart with me, and I want to let him bite people. Anytime somebody comes to me, I'll have him mind control them to kill themselves right in front of me. We'd be the dynamic duo that you'd never get rid of. He would be my son, and I would love him, and I would treat him very nicely. And he would never use his mind control on me. But yeah, this movie was just great. I gave this movie 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars, and it's in 3rd place. It's so good. It's on Tubi. I recommend everybody watch this movie. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is, but this movie's damn good. Love the acting. I love the characters. I love the social media aspect is nice. As a social media person, like trying to make money through the social media, you kind of do have to make everything about content. So she kind of goes there and she's like, oh my god, content. And like, obviously you kind of have to if you want to get money. Yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I love the house. I wish I had a rich dad whose house I could go to. I'm so jealous. I'm glad they're dead because they're rich. Yeah, amazing movie. You have to watch it. It is yet again a different day. Tried to get all the rest of them filmed yesterday, but I didn't feel particularly well, so I'm filming the last 2 movies in this review today. So I finally got around to painting my nails. It's like a really pretty electric lime green color with this blue shift you can see in the light. It's the LA Colors Color Mania polish in the shade Fanatic. I got it like Dollar General. They're really good polishes, like they're real pretty. And I love like colors that shift, like it's one color and then when you turn it you can see more colors. So please ignore the big honker on my face, okay? Pretend like it's your financial situation and just ignore it. Just pretend it's not there, pretend it doesn't matter. Thanks. This is my lobster hoodie. A lot of hoodies in this video. I just do not have the patience to do anything to my face or anything to come here, so this is what you get. So washed my hair yesterday, so it's finally back to looking good and curly. It doesn't look like crap and greasy. My hair finally looks good and nice and presentable. So we're going to finish the last 2 movies that I watched in May. So in 2nd place, we have a movie called Final Destination's Bloodlines. This movie came out this year in 2025, and I watched it in the month of May. I don't believe I watched it when it came out. I believe I watched it like a few weeks later. I'm not exactly sure, but we went to the movies, we saw it. So good, I saw it with my brother, or I saw it with my sister and her boyfriend, and we had a lot of fun watching it. I have a full review on my channel. It's in 2 parts because I popped my a little too hard editing and it wouldn't export the whole thing, so I had to put it in 2 parts. So please watch the first part and the second part because I did a good job on that video and it took me forever to edit, and the exporting would let me export it, so please go watch that video. I'm not going to give any spoilers in this video just because it came out this year, but it's such a good movie. I really, really like this movie. You'll understand why it's in second place when I tell you the first movie that I watched last month, or the movie in first place, but it's so good. I've always loved the Final Destination series. It's not particularly, like, I wouldn't really consider it like a horror series. It is, like, you see gory stuff, but it's not, I don't know, it is scary, like, the thoughts that you're gonna die, but usually I feel like, I don't know, horror movies or, I don't know, this doesn't really feel like a horror movie. It just feels like a commentary on how death is everywhere all around us constantly. So to me, it's just like people realizing that they're gonna die. It's not even really like a horror movie. I mean, I know that it is a horror movie, but to me, I've never looked at it as scary. I've just looked at it as like people, they find out that they're gonna die and then they die. But to me, death is like natural, so it's not like scary. You're not like fighting against death. There's just a natural process that everybody gets to go through. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I loved seeing it in the theater. I loved the people I saw it with. And I'm really, really glad that we got another, like, entry in this franchise. I really liked the last one, how it ended everything. They opened it so well, and, like, this movie can just fit right into every movie. You could probably watch this movie before or after any of the other movies. You'd get a little spoilers for the other movies, but yeah, you could just watch any of the movies really interchangeably, probably. I just really like that about the movie. It wasn't like, it didn't feel like it was just for nostalgia. It felt like they really tried. They really put a lot of effort in the movie. I loved all the acting. I loved the entire cast of the movie. Everybody was great. All the acting was amazing. Everybody felt so good. Everybody felt like a real lived-in character. I really liked all the different personalities in the family. Really loved the cousin relationship. As somebody who's really, really close with our cousins, our parents had a few siblings each, so we all love our cousins. We all have a lot of cousins. It's basically just like siblings you see less. So yeah, I really love this movie, and I do recommend it, especially if you've watched any of the other movies. A big, rest in peace to Tony Todd. This is his final Destination film. Unfortunately, he did pass away. Stomach cancer, I believe, so rest in peace to Tony Todd. It's very sad that, he was, like, it was very sad that he died, but he was able to leave, like, a little message to the fans of the movie, which I thought was really sweet, and I'm glad that the producers and directors of the movie, like, gave him that space, because it was, I believe, his final film, like, the final film he ever starred in, so I feel like, he's such a big actor, like, he should have the right to, like, say something to the fans and stuff in his last film. So I really liked everything about it, all the characters, everything. It was so colorful, and it was probably, in my opinion, the most entertaining Final Destination film, just in terms of, keeps the pace going, everything's happening, you're not too stagnant in the scenes, there's a lot of, like, movement and things happening, but it's not confusing. So yeah, this movie is in second place. I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm excited to see if we ever get any other Final Destination movies, because with this movie, you still could definitely put more into the franchise, or you could end it, I'm good with either. I don't really care. I would watch another Final Destination movie, but if another one never came out, I still am going to enjoy rewatching the other ones. In first place for the best movie that I watched in May of 2025, we have a movie called Sinners. This movie also came out this year in 2025. I believe it came out before Final Destination Bloodlines. I didn't get to see this one in theaters. I really want to see it in theaters. I'm unsure if it's like still out in theaters, if it's going to still be out in theaters by the time I post this video. But I did watch it on my computer, and I can imagine like seeing it in the big screen was so much more amazing than how amazing it was on my computer. My sister and her boyfriend saw it in the theater, and they said it was like really, really amazing. I wanted to go with them, but I just didn't get a ticket in time. So yeah, they told me it was amazing, and I kind of already knew it was going to be amazing. Anytime I see a vampire movie, just like with Abigail, I knew going into Abigail that I was going to love it because it's a vampire film. I went into both of the films, and I loved them because they have vampires in them. If you can't tell, it is a vampire film. I'm not going to spoil much more than that. I feel like some people say that that's a spoiler, the vampire stuff, but I don't know. I went into it knowing that it was a vampire movie. I kind of just assumed vampires was like a big interest in it. And I recently learned not a lot of people would want to be vampires. I didn't know people didn't want to be vampires. That's super weird if you don't want to be a vampire, in my opinion. I don't see how immortality and drinking blood and living forever and being allergic to the sun, I don't see how any of that is a problem. I don't see why anyone wouldn't like any of those things, but I understand that people can think differently. I'm not going to spoil really too much about the movie just because it is, like, so recent, but it gets #1 place for a reason. It was just so amazing. I loved all the characters. This guy in it, he sings, he has this really beautiful deep voice. I loved all the music in it. I loved the way it was shot. I believe Michael B. Jordan is the guy who plays the main character. He's very, very handsome. He plays 2 twin brothers, and he did a very good job playing 2 twin brothers. Like, the personalities, you know, obviously they're somewhat similar because they come from the same family and they technically have the same DNA. But, you know, obviously they're different because you can't have 2 same brains, I guess. Like, even if they experience the same things, each brain is a little bit different. Even those 2 conjoined twins that share a brain, they have, like, similarities and differences, so. Yeah, he did a really good job with that. I really loved the setting, too. It was, like, old-timey. Like, I really loved the clothes. But everybody seemed happy, too. Like, you know, they just seemed. Like, sometimes movies, like, with that time period can be really sad. And obviously it was a really sad time, but I liked how the characters seemed happy. Even though some of their circumstances weren't the best, they seemed like optimistic people. I loved the vampires. I loved his Irish accent and all the little Irish jig. Everything about this movie was great. I really recommend this movie to anyone, especially vampire lovers. There's a lot of action in it, I'd say, but it's very good. It's very, like, it's vibes. Like, the whole thing is vibes. It's a very chill movie. All the visuals are beautiful. I loved all the chemistry between all the characters. The sex scenes were actually very tastefully done. I actually very much enjoyed the 3 sexual scenes. Typically, I don't know, sometimes sex scenes can just seem a little out of place. Sometimes they can definitely fit the plot, and I do like it when they fit the plot and stuff. But sometimes they can just be for the sake of sex. But you could tell, like, the characters truly, like, loved each other, like Annie and, I can't remember if it was Smoke or Stack, which one was with Annie, but you can tell they loved each other, and the other 2, you know, and then the 3rd sexual scene, they were all shot very nice. They weren't, like, shot for, like, raunchy purposes. I loved, like, you know, I liked them. I liked how they added to the plot. There's a bunch of stuff. This movie's great. It's a really, really good movie. I really recommend it to everybody. Yeah, I don't want to spoil or say too much more about the movie, so I'm gonna shut up about it, but if you haven't seen anybody's reviews or anything, there's, like, a bunch of reviews online. I've watched a few of them, like, even after watching the movie, just because I wanted to, like, you know, rewatch the movie and relive the movie. It was a really beautiful movie. It does have some sad parts. It is very sad, but it's also a very beautiful and good movie at the same time, so please watch Sinners. It's so good. It's, you know, even if you don't like vampire movies, you think vampires are weird, the vampires are done so well. They're not, like, too kooky. There's not, like a weird, doobadadee weird vampires, but really, really good movie, and it gets #1 for a reason. I gave this movie 5 stars as well. I saw some people didn't like it, and of course those people are valid, but I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought, you know, I just thought it was amazing. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was heart-wrenching. And I really, really enjoyed it, and I would love to watch this movie again. Alright, well, that was me rating, reviewing, and ranking everything that I watched in May of 2025. Please stay tuned to my channel for the rest of the months coming up. In this year, I've seen a few things in June so far. I haven't seen too many. I really need to get on the ball of watching stuff for this month, for my next video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And thank you especially to those of you who stayed until the end of this video. Thank you to my patrons. You will see your names on the beginning and end cards of every video. Please check out my Patreon and become a member over there. Please help support me so I can feed my family, feed myself, and feed my cats. Please check out all my other social media accounts. They should all be in the description box with links. Check out my Mercari, my Depop, my Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, and Cashapp too if you want to support me. Please stay tuned to my channel for book reviews, movie reviews, stuffed animal content, doll content, toy content, art content. I might start making art content soon. Just whatever content I want to make. Stay tuned for me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next video.